Good morning, students. Today we are back with yet another offline video of class 11th information practices, and our topic is generations of computers. Students, we have already discussed generations of computers, and I briefly described it to you first generations of computers. Now let us recap what you have studied. You have studied five generations of computers. That is first generation computers that specified from 1940 to 1956. Second generation computers that were classified, those computers developed between 56 and 1956 and 1963. In third generation computers, the dates are 1964 to 1971. That is, the computers developed between 1964 to 1971 are referred to as third generation computers, and the computers developed between 1972 and 2010 are referred to as fourth generation computers. The computers that are being developed and are being developed for future using this artificial intelligence are referred as fifth generation computers. Students, in different books dates may vary. In different books you may see that first generation computers may last from 1940 to 96, but as far your textbook is concerned, these are the accurate dates. So we have already discussed first generation of computers, and today we will discuss second generation computers. So, students, the computers developed between 1956 to 1963 are referred to as second generation computers. Students, I repeat, the computers developed between 1956 and 1963 are referred to as second generation computers. Now we will study what are the characteristics of second generation of computers. The second generation of computers uses transistors. In first generation of computer, students, this is a mistake here. There is second generation of computers use transistors for circuitry. In first generation computers, computer used vacuum tubes. In second generation, we use transistors. This is the main difference between first generation and second generation. In first generation, we used vacuum tubes. Here it is written by mistake first generation. Here it is second generation. The second generation of computer use transistors for circuitry. So in second generation we use transistors. Second is use of magnetic memory and magnetic storage disks. For the first time, magnetic storage disks were used for memory, and invention and use of high level language such as Fortran and COBOL were used in this generation. These were high level languages which enlarged the scope of programming. High level languages are used by common people instead of these computer programmers which only use low level languages. So examples of second generation of computer are CDC 3600, IBM 1401, and UNIVAC 1108. So students, in sum up, I will say the computers which developed between 1956 to 1963 are referred to as second generation of computers, and second generation of computers use transistors instead of vacuum tubes which are used in first generation computers. In second generation, we use transistors. Transistors were very fast and small as compared to the vacuum tubes. This increased the speed and processing and reduced the size of the computers. With the help of transistors, the size of the computers as well was reduced and the speed of the computers increased. Also, reliability and accuracy of the computers increased. Advantage of second generation of computers. The computers were comparatively cheaper than the first generation. Although they were costly, but if we compare them with first generation computers, they were cheaper. They were comparatively smaller in size as compared to these first generation computers. They were fast in speed and less heat generations as compared to first generation computers. They were more reliable and accurate. And first time assembly language was introduced in second generation of computers. Students, limitations of second generation of computers. This is second generation of computers. Air conditioning was required in second generation of computers. Commercial production was difficult and they were very costly. Constant or frequent maintenance was required, only used for specific purposes. Although less heat was required, but that was not enough. Still, air conditioning was used in second generation of computer. Students, we are discussing the second generation of computer. It is by mistake written as limitation of first. It is limitation of second generation computers. Still, commercial production was difficult as they were very costly. Students, as they were still bulky, constant or frequent maintenance was required, only used for special purposes. They were not used for general computing, they were only used for special purposes. Students, this is second generation of computers, and the most important difference between first generation and second generation computer is that first generation of computer used vacuum tubes for circuitry, while a second generation of computer used fast transistors instead of these vacuum tubes. The invention of these transistors reduce the size of the computers but increase the speed and processing of these computers. Students, this is it for today. Topic of second generation of computers. Students, let us revise these topics thoroughly. In the meantime, stay safe, stay at home. Thank you. Goodbye for today.